Hi guys, I'm Shelley. As you may have noticed, I do not have a bookshelf behind me. This video is going to have absolutely nothing to do with books. This is a vlog, and I don't know if I'm going to put it up on my main channel or whether I start a new channel. I have mentioned a couple of times in my videos that I'm sick and that I have ME, myalgic encephalomyelopathy. I think that's what they're calling it now. They like to change the word a lot. I've never been very good at describing what it is, so what I would do is I would put links down below to some kind of better description than I can say, because one of the main side effects of any side effects of ME is that it affects your brain function, and you often have difficulty finding words and explaining things. I've had ups and downs throughout my years of having it. And then 2 years ago, I started vomiting on a daily basis. 2 months later, it hadn't passed, and so I contacted the doctor again, and they booked me in for some tests. And before those tests took place, I collapsed and was diagnosed with hypoglycemia, which is a very low blood sugar level. They kept running tests, and the long and the short of it, 2 years later, I now have a diagnosis. It's taken 2 years to find out what is going on with my stomach. Meanwhile, my body is gone into malnutrition and starvation. There's obviously a lot of pain. Throwing up every day isn't fun, so sometimes it's easier just not to try and eat. But obviously that comes with its own side effects. The blood sugar level is difficult to keep up, but as I said, it's taken 2 years, but apparently I now have a diagnosis of gastroparesis. I will leave a link down below to a more clinical explanation of what this is. But it basically means that anything goes into your stomach doesn't go through properly. Your stomach just gets very, very lazy and shuts down. So basically my stomach has shut itself down. Now, the usual treatment for somebody who has this is to have what is called tube feeding, which is the tube that's put up your nose, down your throat and into your stomach, and you drip fed high nutritional feed. Or you have a surgery to have a tube put, instead of up your nose, but straight into your intestines or straight into your bowel, and they feed you stuff. And then you take painkillers and you take steroids and you slowly work yourself way back up to health. And hopefully at one point your stomach kind of starts to fix itself. Here's where the fun part kicks in. I also have a condition called multiple chemical sensitivity, which is, in short, means that you're intolerant to the 21st century. You know, years ago, gluten intolerance was very, very rare, and wheat intolerance was very rare, and people didn't really know they were intolerant to these things or allergic to these things, and it's only in the last 10-20 years that it's become more apparent and it's become more kind of mainstream and people understand it. MCS is a bit like that, only nobody understands it yet. It basically means you are intolerant to chemicals. So chemicals that are treated the way food is treated. The way cleaning products, polyester, plastic, certain metals, anything that is processed in life, electricity even. Some people have it; they can't go anywhere near electrical things because they get a reaction off of it. And the major downside is medications. You know, you get on the side of painkillers all those scary side effects going, oh, if this happens or that happens, if your lips turn blue, or you can't breathe, or you get chest pains, or you start violently vomiting. Stop taking them, phone your doctor immediately. I get that to everything. I was in hospital originally when I went in for low blood sugar level, and they put me on a IV drip. I reacted to that. They put me on anti-nausea tablets. I reacted to those. Everything they've ever tried to do for me, I have reacted to. Which means I cannot be tube fed. It means I can't have all the medication that they would give you when you have gastroparesis. I am up a creek with no canoe, basically. The doctors have absolutely no idea how to treat me. over the last 2 years of not eating, you can imagine what that would do to a body. Starvation is not pretty. I suffer from a lot of pain because my body is eating itself. I've lost all traces of womanhood practically. I mean, I'm wearing children's clothes. It's never really been on my radar to have children, but that's not a possibility with my body right now. So all this stuff has happened, and we are now at the position. I had a conversation with the nutritionist last week. She was really lovely, bless her. She was trying her hardest, but she is now at the conclusion that there's nothing more she can do for me. And I talked to her, and she was just like, oh, well, if you woke up tomorrow and were able to eat, here's a list of things that's going to help, and here's what you can do naturally. I was like, oh, that's good, we've got a list, we've got a plan of what's going to happen next. And then I realised what she said, that unless my body suddenly fixes itself, I don't know what happens next if it doesn't. I've never found anybody. I've been searching for 2 years to find somebody who has gastroparesis and MCS at the same time and has managed to treat it. I've never found anybody who has gastroparesis who hasn't treated it through being tube fed and through taking medication. There's a thing called the FODMAP diet, which is what you go on to takes out all the food that your body reacts to and just gives you the basic minimum, easiest breakdown food. And that's great as long as you can eat it in the first place, which is what you go on. What happens usually after you've been tube fed for a while and your body's had a break. But I can't be tube fed. The only reason that I am still breathing, I suppose, is because I take on board a ridiculous amount of sugar every single day to keep my sugar level up. In water, boiled sweets under the tongue, things like that. And because of that, my mouth is rotting because of all the sugar that I have to take on board every day to keep me alive. Like, I haven't got my mouth fixed because I haven't had the energy to go to the dentist because I'm too busy dealing with the fact I'm in pain every day. And yes, now and again, I have a good enough day where I sit in front of my bookcase and I make a video for you guys. Or the other day I went out to a Holly McNish gig, but I put myself in so much danger doing that. I have to take on board so much sugar, which is causing damage to my organs at the same time from the amount of crap I'm putting in my body to keep it alive. I don't know. It's all a big mess and I don't know how to deal with it. And I'm slightly losing it because it's always been in the back of my head that I would get better. And it's still possible, and you cannot wake up every day and think, oh my god, I'm going to die. It will do you nothing. It's doing my nothing. But the realisation that there is a very big chance I won't get through this now, it's starting to kick in, and it's starting to affect how I live my life, and it's starting to affect who I am and how I think. I guess that's why I wanted to make this video, because I am changing as a person. Because not just the physical side of me is changing, but the mental and emotional side of me is changing because of the effects that are happening on my body. I mean, it screws with your head, not just the fact that I know this could happen, but the changes that happened in my body, they happened so fast. I lost so much muscle mass so quickly, and my boobs went, and my periods went, and my ability to be a woman went. And things you don't even think of, I took things for granted, so much for granted. And it's weird because I was already ill, so to have this put on top of it. I'm 29 years old and I might not see my 30th birthday. And the knowledge, I say it and I was honestly thinking in the back of my head, no, don't be daft, you're going to make it, of course you're going to make it, don't be stupid, you'll find something. But there's that thing that I might not, actually. I mean, I've sat down and had full-on conversations with people I know and love about my funeral. And what happens if I go unconscious, and what happens, DNRs, and how do I want to be treated? And I'm 29, I shouldn't be thinking about this. I mean, at the same time as this is happening, my nan is dying. And the doctor said she has, 3 to 6 years left, and they can't give me a time frame because they don't know, because nobody knows, because I could get better tomorrow, or I could steadily get worse. I could live off of sugar and water for a very long time. We don't know how long it would take to starve to death, which is basically what's happening. So this was a very long ramble of me and my life and what is going on right now. I will still be making book videos when I can because they make me so happy. They're basically what I'm concentrating on right now that's taking my mind off of this. But they might become few and far between because I'm getting worse. I hope you guys are good. Go eat a cake. Seriously, if I am a warning to anybody, it is eat while you can. I'm so ratty about food, I'm telling you, that's another thing. You get ratty around people. Basically, I am a big warning of live your life while you can. Because this stuff can come out of flipping nowhere. I mean, I've been sick since I was 7 years old, but I didn't see this one coming. I really bleeding didn't. I was having a good flipping year. And then out of nowhere. Anyway, I hope you guys are good. And I've rambled on enough. Bye.